Who do you think killed Cherton?
I have no idea. But what I do know is that we will not get anywhere if we suspect everyone in the camp. Who do you think is the prime suspect at this moment?
I heard Sir Grozov couldn't stand Cherton.
I have heard the same. And did you notice how quickly he accused me?
Plus the IOU.
What about Stephen? He's the one who led us to the store.
And he carried Chertan to the infirmary with me. So, he could have poisoned the wine while I was not looking.
Well, what do you think?
I think it must be someone from here. A stranger would have been noticed. What is more, most people are not allowed up to the powder store, and I would bet that it was one of us who was there at the time. And because it cannot be you, me, or Katz, that leaves Grozov, Stephen, and the two guards. Someone should question them all. Maybe their statements will give something away.
Well, I don't have much time, but I'll try to talk to them.
I am very grateful, my friend.
What if we forgot about finding the murderer, and I just helped you escape? You'd be long gone before Grozov found out.
Thank you for the offer. But look at me. My appearance is a little conspicuous.
Right, fair.
There is nowhere for me to hide in this country. And even if I did get away by some miracle, they would punish you and Katz instead of me. I cannot allow that.
All right,
So look.
here we go. Holy Mary, Mother of God, don't let me miss anything, and forgive me for what I'm doing to this unfortunate wretch.
It's an autopsy.
He looks a bit ruddy. But is that from the poison? Or was he just drunk? I can't see anything strange here. No bruises or broken lips. I suppose the murderer surprised him and didn't give him a chance to defend himself. Ah, what a stench. He coughed up some blood, all right, but he also threw his guts up. Ugh. Some poisons are so strong that the body tries to expel them. That's a nasty wound. I almost feel sorry for Cherton. But why would someone kill him?
Could the poison have been on the blade? No, what probably would act quicker.
Outside? Several stab wounds in the belly, all close together and very deep. The murderer definitely knew what he was doing. Though that hardly narrows down the field in an army camp. Almost everything is covered in blood. But there doesn't seem to have been much of a fight. I can't see anything ripped or sliced off. There's nothing missing. Whoever killed him, it doesn't look like a robbery. He looks horribly rigid and contorted. He must have died in awful spasms. Nothing strange here except the stiffness and broken nails. Could he have dug his nails into the table when the spasms started? And what's this here? Something that looks like warts. But did the poison cause them? Or was he a filthy pig and always had them? Completely rigid. Just like the arms. But, oh, Christ, what a stink! Ugh, he shot himself.
Are they?
I heard it happens to the dead, but that much? Ugh. Maybe the poison did that. That'll have to do. He threw up on himself, he had spasms, he shot himself, warts or lesions on his hands, as red as a poppy. But that could be from drinking, or lots of things. I mustn't forget anything. That's the main thing.
Hmm. Okay. Bird poison. Okay, this takes days to happen, so won't be that. Dollmaker? This potion used a pleasant aroma. Oh, makes the skin reddened and blistered. Bowels painfully empty in both ends. Stiffens in spasms. The nails break. Oh. That should know the death is certain, but before those may relieve the poor man with a bezoar under their tongue. Take a new clay pot, put a handful of red copper, bottle of strong water, arsenic, oak, and rose water inside.
Right, that's that. I should tell Musa what I've learned.
Sounds like the bloody kiss of death.
My humble respects.
You silly doggy.
You again? Once more?
But I'm Musa's assistant, and I need his advice. We've got lots of sick men.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Hmm.
Wouldn't you rather go and... I read that book of yours, and I think I know now what Chertan was poisoned with.
What do you mean, you think? Do you know or not?
Kiss of death.
The potion is called Kiss of Death. It causes vomiting, cramps, boils, and rapid death.
This name means nothing to me. I suppose I did not get that far in the book, but if you think the symptoms are the same, I will believe you. Are you sure it was that poison? Were there not more in the book?
Absolutely certain. The murderer couldn't have used anything else.
All right. I have no choice but to believe you. Now, we can only hope that the murderer has not had time to get rid of the evidence.
I better start searching fast, hadn't I? You said that the suspects are Grozav, Crow, and the two guards. This won't take long.
Wait a moment. There is something I must tell you.
What's up, man?
Of course. Go on.
First, you should know that I am grateful for what you are doing. Were it not for your investigation, I probably would not be standing here. But I cannot stop thinking about how brilliantly you dealt with Mishek. Why would someone with your abilities want to enlist? I do not suspect you of Chertan's murder, of course. Do not worry. It is all strange, though. People have just been sitting around for months here. And all of a sudden you turn up, and everything is turned upside down.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Tell me the truth, my friend. Who are you? Really?
Hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about. Is this some kind of loyalty test or something? I'm just doing what I'm told to do. Is there something wrong with that?
I have more important things to do than to try to trick you. I am asking you sincerely, as a friend. Who are you?
Hmm.
All right. I'll try to trust you. Maybe I'm not King Sigismund's most ardent supporter.
I knew it! I could tell straight away that you were cleverer than others in this camp.
You're pleased? Aren't you a courtier of his?
It was not my first choice. Or do you think I long to spend half my life in some dirty tent?
Okay.
How did you come to be in Sigismund's court?
That is a long story. I once served Sultan Bayezid. Although the Osmans are not that welcoming to my people, the Sultan at the time received envoys from all over the world, so I was useful. But soon after, we found ourselves at war with Timur and his Golden Horde. Luckily, that is, luckily for me, it was around then that Sigismund's messenger came to see the Sultan. And I managed to persuade the Sultan to send me to Hungary as a goodwill gesture. I am sure you understand that I did not want to wait for Timur's savages to cut my head off. But let us just say that King Sigismund did not show me the respect my position is worthy of. Instead of making me his counselor and physician, he sent me here.
Interesting.
Well, you could go elsewhere if you don't like it here. I know a few people who would value someone like you.
I am grateful to you, my friend, but I must refuse. I have had many experiences in life and come out of them alive. And do you know why? Because I am a total coward. And not just that, I am duly proud of it. I would be very happy to get away from here and perhaps even return home, but only when I am sure I will survive the journey. So I think it will be best if we each go our own way.
You know nothing. I know nothing.
And this conversation never took place.
I'd better go and search the tents.
Good luck. I am depending on you.
Okay. And where the fuck is they're all back there? Moose's tent, which I kind of already searched. Groza's tent.
Night shift again.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. Be with you.
He's the camp commander, but it looks like a pauper lives here. I reckon Grozav's fallen on hard times. At least he hasn't had to sell his armor to buy booze yet. How could anyone drink all this?
Help! Everybody! Over here!
Halt!
Well, oops. Picture shit. The game's been stuttering a little bit. I'm on a different one at the moment. Hang on.
At least he hasn't had to sell his armor to buy booze yet. How could anyone drink all this? Oh, that's valerian, I believe. It helps relieve pain. But it's also used to make Dollmaker potion.
Yeah, but it's not Dollmaker.
Was poisoned with Kiss of Death. Or was he?
No, he was killed with the Kiss of Death. It's the only one that matches all the symptoms. My chief suspect is actually Crow, because Grosnice, yeah, he owed him money, but he arrived after the poisoning.
The water smells of flowers of some kind.
Oh, roses and oak.
Roses? Oak. And dry as a bone.
And nails.
Nails.
Kiss of Death.
Is Crow planning on building a cottage instead of a tent? But they're covered in some kind of dirt. Hold on. Nails, rosewater, oak bark. They're all used to brew Kiss of Death.
Get away from that lot!
Where the hell?
Oops. He heard me. There's nothing in there worthwhile, so that's fine. So, okay, this makes me think he killed him.
Just a broom. No, I doubt that pair of drunks could have killed Chertan even if they wanted to. Nothing out of the ordinary. Ugh, stinks of vomit.
Who am I missing? I've searched Moosh's place.
You have a kind master, huh?
Beautiful, but empty. No poison. For pain, exhaustion, fever, all healing remedies. I wouldn't mind a piece of that.
Good day.
Good day.
There's nothing here. Moose is definitely not to blame.
Oh, it's Crow Dude.
Good to see you.
Oh, hang on. Oh, I think I'm ready for the trial. Pretty sure it was what's his face.
Right. I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
That fast? You're yanking my pizzle.
Go and find some more evidence. So Stibor hasn't arrived yet in any case.
Oh, okay. Do I? Oh wait, I haven't interviewed everybody, have I?
Could we talk about Chertan's murder?
Why? Musa is under lock and key, and the king's deputy himself is coming for him. Leave me in peace, or you might end up like him.
Hmm.
But sir, we both know whatever happened with the poison wine, Musa can't have stabbed Chertan. I want to find out who else is involved in this. After all, you too could be in danger till this is all cleared up. I just have a couple of questions. I won't keep you long. You'll see.
Oh, get on with it then, for fuck's sake.
All right.
If you think you can persuade me to let Musa go, you're out of luck.
Hmm.
How come you got to the site of the stabbing so quickly?
My tent is right next to it, you rat-faced half-wit.
Okay.
I heard Chertan yelling, and I went to take a look.
Did you notice anything strange?
Like what, a stabbed man?
Hmm.
Maybe you saw someone acting strangely around there?
No. I gave a clear order that nobody unauthorized is allowed up here. It's bad enough that you're here.
Thanks.
Is there anything else? Or can I have some...
Hmm.
I found this dagger close to the place where Chertan was stabbed. Have you seen it before?
All the time. Every other soldier in this camp has one like that.
You too, then?
I'm not every other soldier, you ill-mannered cur.
Okay. Rude.
Were you there when Chertan was poisoned?
No, not at that moment. When I arrived, Chertan was already dead, and Musa was standing over him, white as a sheet. Well, paler than usual.
Hmm.
Had Chertan been behaving strangely recently?
No more than usual.
Did he mention having any conflicts with anyone?
Apart from me, you mean? I don't know how you imagine it, but we don't exactly go round holding hands here.
Do you know anyone who might want to kill Chertan?
Who wouldn't? He was a smug, ill-mannered bastard. Though I have to admit, I'm surprised it was the Sawbones Musa who killed him.
How could he have? He was with me and Katz when Chertan was stabbed.
So he was in league with someone. How do I know?
Right.
I found a paper signed by you in Chertan's tent. It says you owe him money.
What? Give it here.
You can take it. I've got it memorized anyway.
Then I'd advise you to forget it again, and sharpish.
Is that why you were always quarreling? Over money?
There is no deed of debt. Got that, you little rat? If you say a word of this to anyone, I'll have you skinned alive.
Okay, didn't like that, I guess. Go wake up the other idiot. Mm-mm. Wake your bitch ass up, murderer.
I'd like to ask a couple of questions about Chertan's murder.
The question is, why would he murder Chechen?
Of my own. What actually happened? Kat said Chertan is dead and Musa's locked up.
Well, it's even more complicated than that. But I don't have time to explain it to you now. I need to ask you a couple of questions.
Go ahead and ask then, but quietly, damn it.
He's Katz's
I don't want
second.
anyone to know about it.
Where were you when Chertan was poisoned?
Where do you think? In my tent. After I helped take him to the infirmary with Musa, I went my own way.
Well, you just went off to have a nap.
No, I doubled the guard, drew up the orders for tomorrow, and made sure nobody was allowed to leave the camp. When something like this happens, people like me have lots to do all of a sudden.
Yeah, I find you sleeping.
It was you who came to tell us that Chertan had been stabbed, wasn't it? How did you get involved in the first place?
Me? I was close by, that's all. My tent is right below the palisade.
Yeah, but
When
that's
the
a
two
long
guards
way to
found
run
Chertan,
around.
They ran to get me.
Hold on. The two guards said otherwise. They said they found Cheriton and were discussing what to do when you turned up. By yourself.
Is that what they said? It's possible. I can't remember now. It all happened so fast. Anyway, how am I supposed to remember all this shit? Maybe I heard them and went to see what was going on.
I still don't know why.
Are you sure you don't want to tell me what really happened?
All right. You want the truth, so I'll tell you the truth. In fact, I really was up top. It's because I had to keep an eye on you.
Me? Why, for Christ's sake?
You really don't know? You may have been given our colours, but you're still a stranger. I didn't want you running around unsupervised. But it seems you're a decent fella, so don't fuck it up now.
I gained respect and then lost reputation. What? Okay.
Tell me more about the storage space.
What about it? There's a cannon and some powder there. We built it a few days after we arrived because it's a good idea to keep that kind of stuff safe. If it blew up, the whole place would be blown to smithereens. And if someone didn't happen to set fire to it, someone else might have robbed it. Folk are like magpies.
Oh, except for you, the crow.
Very droll. Never heard that
I gotta
one
close the
before.
doors and windows and shit.
But now I'll ask you something. Who do you think did it?
You grubby bastard.
Yeah, I've no idea. The whole thing is strange. Nobody knows anything, but everyone's got something to say.
You can't expect it to be simple, Henry. You join the army, so fight for fuck's sake.
I found lots of black powder in the ammunition store. Someone scattered it all over the floor.
Again? Hardly a day goes by without that happening. The lads are lazy, and instead of carrying the barrels inside like they were told to, they roll them in. But don't worry, I'll have a word with them. I'll make sure they clear it up before we're all blown sky high.
Right.
Who has the key to the ammunition store?
I don't know. Katz and Grot have for sure, but I've no idea if anyone else has a key. I'm too small fry for that.
Right.
I found this dagger close to the place where Chertan was stabbed. Do you have any idea who it might belong to?
No, afraid not. Half the camp has one like that.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about Chertan's murder.
What's that got to do with me?
Well, it's just that I found a couple of interesting things in your tent. Isn't there something you should tell me?
No, and get off my back.
Look, either you tell me everything, or I'll go and get Katz, and we'll do it the hard way. It's your choice.
Christ, no. Don't go anywhere. What was it you said?
You know something about the murder, don't you?
Maybe a little, but I don't want word to get out, all right?
Why would anyone kill Chertan anyway?
Maybe it wasn't about Chertan. Maybe someone wanted to do something in the ammunition store, but Chertan turned up, so we had to kill him.
In the ammunition store? What would anyone be doing there?
Trying to blow it sky high.
What?